What's good, y'all? It's your boy A1 from Stars Gaming. In this video, I'm gonna break down the meta, how to defend like the I formation close eye stuff with your player personnel, and be able to fit guys in. This is my defense right here. This is called the Goon Squad. What the Goon Squad is the Goon Squad is a group of players on defense that just are not having it. They're not having it at all. There's going to be no type of close eye being ran. There's no type of meta. This defense is meant for you to force your opponent to actually play football, and that's just why it's been successful in me getting to where I need to get at. I'll show you guys real quick where I'm at right now in the rankings. I'm not where I need to be at officially. Well, not officially, but like I'm not top 10. That's where I'm not where I'm at right now, and we're still working towards that. But now we're sitting at 58. That's not bad, but it's not good either. There's still got ways to go, and I'm still grinding. And I try to play every single day, just to make sure that I'm staying up to speed. I'm staying sharp. Some guys play and they stop playing, and then like they're just kind of like falling off. But like I want to play all the way through, maybe till about a week when I'm playing salary cap, until like it's almost time. Then I'll probably like chill out. But for now, I'm gonna make sure I'm grinding it, playing. I'm staying fresh, staying ready, and just be able to beat these guys, man, and be able to defend the meta. The meta is right now is I formation, and this is how you defend it. For one, you gotta have pretty good outside linebackers. You need to run some type of 3-4 defense. I got Lawrence Taylor. You want to have a high Lawrence Taylor or some type of outside backer that can shed. And then also you want to have like a Khalil Mack or something like that, another outside linebacker that can shed. You need some type of run stoppers that are powered up from the pass game, but you need some type of run stopper shedders that can make plays from the outside that can really set the edge. From the middle standpoint, they're not going to run the ball in the middle of the field. Because I got Vic, I had to get rid of like my Fletcher Cox, and I had to drop my Demarcus Lawrence to like a lower rating than what he was before. And that's fine. So like we'll rotate like these three guys around the middle of the field, like to stay fresh from my D line. But the outside guys, they just got to be somewhat of a pass rusher against these O linemen. They're not going to be all that top tier, because they're going to be in the middle. They're just going to be clogging up gaps with these middle guys. My pass rushers and edge rushers, and I put out a video. I'll put a link in here. They're going to be on like the defense you need to run for this kind of formation to shut down like not only like the I formation, but you want to be able to shut down. Be able to pass rush too, and that's when Khalil Mack and then Lawrence Taylor will come in. And then what you're going to need is you're going to need runners. What I mean by runners at the middle linebacker position, you're going to need runners. At first, man, we got 90 shades here, 87 speed, 88 acceleration. He's coming downhill, he's block shedding, and he's making football plays. He can play man, 87 speed, 88 tackle, 90 play recognition. He's coming down to lay the hat. Another person you want to have in there, want to have fast middle backers. We got Patrick Willis in there. Patrick Willis is a thumper. He's not playing with guys. 86 speed, 87 acceleration. Hit power is off the chain. This guy's ready to like lay the wood. He's not playing with guys either. His hit power is 85, and again, he can recognize play just as good as Shazier, and he's coming downhill ready to make plays and tackle. So you want to have guys in the middle defense that can run, as your big boys up front just take up the blocks. That's what their job is, take up the blocks. Lawrence Taylor and Khalil Mack, they want to set the edge. Now what you want to do on the back end, and something I've been messing with, is I've had corners at safety, and I've been coming to realization that's not going to cut it. Like when you're playing against the meta, you want to make sure that you have some type of like solid safeties back there, and I call these guys torpedoes. And what the torpedoes are inside the Goon Squad is Ken Houston and Adrian Amos. Adrian Amos, man, he provides you some type of like speed and hit power is going to come downhill and be able to make plays. And he can also play some zone and play some man coverage down on tight ends and slide. He's fast enough too. 88 speed. He played 90 player actions. He's coming down to blast some stuff. He's the same hit power as Shazier. So think about it. He's got linebacker hit power, and then he's got like DB speed. So having like Adrian Amos, Ryan Shazier, Patrick Willis in your middle of your defense, it's very very deadly, and they can they can cover pretty much any receiver almost too as well. The other guy we got is Ken Houston. Ken Houston is a thumper too. I call him a torpedo. Him and Amos from our torpedoes. He's 88 speed too as well. Again, his job is to come down still and lay the wood. He's got higher hit power than Shazier, so what he does is he comes down and he lays the wood on guys when he's playing downhill. This guy's a lockdown. These two safeties are the guys that you want to have in there. So if you're powering up your MUT defense, You want to have guys in positions that need to be in there. I know guys have their own little defense and try to get freaky, but the Goon squad, we're going to line up with our safeties in safeties positions, and they're going to come down and they make football plays. Now, on the outside, we got to have our goons. They put the G in Goon squad. Okay, that's Pat P, and that's Jalen Ramsey. Not the fastest corners in the game, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what right now. These guys can play some football. They'll play football. Don't have them pressed up all the time. You can occasionally if you're running man on man, like I'm tight, like 4th and 1. Okay, that's okay, but have them covering like in their deep third. Make them break on corner routes. These guys are the top best corners in the game, in my opinion. Pat P is 6'1". Um, so is Jalen Ramsey. They're big, tall, physical corners. Both have about 85 speed, powered up. Jumping's off the chain. Agility, Pat P's agility is pretty nice. Both can play man. Both can play zone. Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in the game, in my opinion, right now. But these are tall, physical corners that can come out and play football that you want on your football team at all costs. And yeah, we run a 3-4. Occasionally, we'll switch and we put some low caps in. 10, 11 cap right here to fill in for our defense. But for the most part, like if I'm going like dollar, then I'll bring these guys into the slot to just have them just blitz. But we're coming out in 3-4 for the basics parts, and Shazer and Patrick Willis, they're just as fast in my DBs and my 10s, so they can play coverage too if necessary. I can lurk with them. But the most important thing is having your edge rusher, Lawrence Taylor, and then you have some type of like Khalil Mack. Invest in those types of guys. As you can see how we fit them in Zalcap, you want to make sure you have a type of defense, one defense that you can run no matter what, and then you have a secondary defense, which is kind of like up to you how you want to get down with it. So again, we got our thumpers right here, straight speed right here. You got our edge setters. We got our torpedoes, Ken Houston, Amos. We got some football players out here. Jalen Ramsey and Patrick P are football players. They're not athletes. They're football players that go out and make football plays. We got the big boys, the big bubbles up front. They come out here and they clog up the holes and stuff for you. Special teams, I'm not worried about kickers. And then that's the defense. That's the Goon squad on defense. I believe defense wins championships, so that's what I'm going to roll with. Again, we got 90 linebackers out here that are not playing with you. They're ready to smack. Offense, man. I had to plug Vic in. I didn't want to get the high Vic. I want to make sure he's kind of like 88 mid-range. Same thing I was rolling with Patrick Mahomes because he's a higher cap. Vixen's like he's gonna be good for like the offense because we're still gonna run the offense as if like it's because I was winning games with an 85 Patrick Mahomes, but I want to run the offense still as if I'm running with Patrick Mahomes, but we're just gonna add the read option element into it to kind of scare your opponent just a little bit. Nothing crazy, but to put some pressure on them, which is very important. So Vix is going to be a key component for the offense of the Goon squad. We got Bo Jackson out here. The O line is perfectly fine. This is a good enough O line that can play. I didn't want to make too many changes on my offensive line when I had Vic because of the fact that, yeah, you have a good quarterback, but you got to make sure he's protected too as well. That's why we kind of took away the defensive guys and lowered them, and then we didn't bring the top Vic in. We kind of brought in a mid-range break Vic. And we can still, like, if I, like, depending on how I feel, like, I can still lower it if I want to like a 86 Vic. That's if need be. If I feel like I need to, I can. If I have some other guys coming in, I can lower the Vic. But I'm okay right now with the 88 Vic. He seems pretty successful. If I need to bump up my defense at all, I will do that. I will do so. I don't want to, but if it comes down to it, I will do it, and I'll bring in like my other guy, Fletcher Cox for defense, and just have an 85, 86 Vic in there. On the tight end ways, I mean the O line, they're my goons too. Like they put the OO in Goon Squad because they're the O line and they cold. From the tight end standpoint, I did have original tight end at first, but then originally I thought like I have a lot of I do a lot of 4-man routes and then 5-6-man blocking schemes. So I figure I just need blocking tight ends like when I go into like 12 personnel because I'm going to 12 personnel. Like when I get to the goal line, I'm going to run the football. So that's why these guys are in here pretty much for block, and then they're 10 cappers too, the gold. So they're able to just come in and they give me some type of go deep chemistry, which is helpful. So my speed guys, my skill guys is Tyreek Hill, 91 speed. I don't need to go into detail. Bo Jackson, 87. I can win football games with an 87 Bo Jackson. Solid, 89 speed. He can get off. I'm not too worried. He can run the ball in the middle. He can run outside. He can do it all. Torrey Holt, you guys know about him. Marvin Harrison. John Ross is key too. He's kind of like 50-50 for me. I want to kind of replace him maybe with Cooper Cup. I'm thinking about it, but like when I'm running like 4 man, I just like the speed out there. I like having a lot of speed out there, and then have a good O line because man, it really spreads the whole entire defense out. When I'm playing, I get a lot of too high looks, so it's helpful and allows my offense to be successful. So this right here is the Goon Squad. The Goon Squad does not play around, especially on defense. They're ready to smack some fools. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Your boy A1 is out.